Hi, Radiant Pearl and Fearless Creator. I'm so delighted that you're here with me today. And my oh my, are you in for a treat? I'm going to be sharing with you the process of how I created these amazing Shadowbox gifts. Maybe a gift for yourself or a gift for someone special. As you can see here, I just want to show you up close just how fabulous and fun these are to create and for you to share or to use as a decor statement piece in your home, in your home office, in your nursery, as we've done here with this. This is the name of our actual baby girl. And then, of course, in other areas in your home or even for your business. So if you're wanting to have your brand name, your name, really the sky is the limit. And I'm going to show you step by step just how easy it is. Most recently, while we were sharing on Fearless Friday, some of what we were creating, and one of you amazing Fearless creators shared your most recent paper project. And so let's make sure you can see it up close here. Yes, so I shared this picture in particular, and then I ended up creating this one because I could not find the video footage directly of the previous smaller version of the shadow box that you can see here. So that is why we created a larger 8x8 shadow box example, and I hope you enjoyed some of the photos in the very beginning of this video, and you'll see a lot more at the end. And we're just going to show you the entire process so that you will be able to replicate this. All of the description and all of the items that we're using to build out and create this beautiful memento box, keepsake, and gift, maybe for yourself, for one of the special rooms of your special loved one. Of course, this one you see is our baby's name. And so her middle name was included now that she's here. The first one was created while we were expecting her and just preparing for her. And you'll see that in some of the other videos that we've been able to share with you in all the other platforms. And so if you check out the blog post, you are going to see step by step, not just this video, but you'll see, of course, the photos as well as guiding you through the entire process of what options you have available to you so that you can maybe make this exact same box and just personalize and customize it with your name, your brand, however you want to decide to have this beautiful, I like to say, piece of art masterpiece that you're creating fearlessly. And so gather all your materials. Let's take the time to make something radiant and absolutely fearless together. And so I cannot wait to hear how you're enjoying the entire process, because I did not do this process video in advance just based off of assumption. I did it based on your request. And on social media, if we're connected, you know I asked you, did you want me to create and share with you the process video? And so I took my time and we got it done really quickly. Because we could not find the original footage of the smaller box, I went ahead and I created a bigger box. And we did it all in one day, edit and got this up for you. So I'm excited that you're here. And take this time to just, if you need to pause, go ahead and do that. And take this time to gather all the resources that you see in the blog post, as well as here in the description. And then come back and get ready to have some fun. Maybe you want to do what I normally do, which is just enjoy and watch the first time to get an idea of how things are going to be and turn out, and just to engage. And then the second time around, I actually create, right? And now I have an expectation of what is coming up next, and I don't have to watch intently. I can actually do while I'm watching and enjoying in community. So comment in the comment section letting me know if you're excited to simply create with me or to watch us create, watch me create, and then to do it yourself. Let me know what you're doing right now. And I cannot wait to share more goodies with you, because we're creating a whole series of creating fearlessly together. And it was just time, y'all. It was time for me to actually get all the footage, over 40 something thousand pictures and videos that I need to go ahead and get ready. Just simply edit and get it up. We know it's easier said than done, and there are tools and resources that we use. And so, of course, to make it simplified and streamlined, always our motto, always our theme, and always what we're expecting that we can allow you all to do with what we provide as resources. So, grab the toolkit if you're wanting to also not just create fearlessly, but you want to share fearlessly what you create, maybe in video format like I'm doing here today, or you want to share it through your social media posts and all the other places. And by the way, the most recent social media app is what helped me to decide to create and get this video out. No more decision fatigue, y'all. I don't need to make assumptions. I just ask the questions and I hear from you. Let me know what you want me to create next, what you're hoping I'll create next, because we already have on our content calendar a lot of fun things coming up and has been in the motion for a while. And some of them have been literally in the motion years now, but now we're actually bumping it up because of your request, editing and getting it out there for you to consume and to be inspired. So thank you for joining me here today. Let's get right in. No more delays. Let's go and create fearlessly together. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just make sure you get your collection of papers together, and you'll see here that I am sorting through some recent paper designs that I absolutely love and I plan to utilize in the scrapbooking that I'm working on right now for Emmy and for our home, and of course memory keeping during this season. So I love how colorful these are, and they're going to go so perfectly with all the amazing ideas and of course decor and color scheme that I have in mind already based on where I'm going to put this particular shadow box design that we are going to make together today. And so you just want to look through your papers. I'm looking directly at the Close to My Heart collection. This is from the Dream collection in particular, and I absolutely love just so much variety of colors and of course this idea and sentiment of dreaming and enjoying. And I believe as you're looking to create the shadow box, you want to dream big. You want to think of the mood that you would like to set based on the colors that you do ultimately choose. And so take your time in figuring out what exact pieces and elements you want to use. This come with stickers. So as you probably saw in the beginning, you saw some of those stickers. I kept it simple. So there were only 2 stickers on the direct shadow box. And then this is from the Prima collection. And you just can get creative. I love the gold foil, and that's what led to me selecting also the gold foil detailing later in the actual E and what is going to really stand out. So you see this has the glitter E, and of course that is the initial of her first name that we're going to be placing in the shadow box. And this time we are going to be using gold foil. So it's still gold, but it's just foil instead of glitter. And of course the white again really pops beautifully. And then you want to have another piece that is going to have the embellishments around that particular area. And don't worry, we're going to show you where all these pieces go. Then you're going to want another piece for the intricate, delicate cut that you will see in the background. And then you want your actual background. So you'll see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's 5 steps, 5 pieces that we are going to cut and get ready to put into our shadow box. And we are going to go through the full process here today, from the very beginning of going to the Cricut and seeing how that's all set up to actually seeing how it's cut and seeing how we're going to put all the pieces together. So grab your shadow box now. You see that I've provided the link to the exact one I'm using here. So now we want to just take the time. Before actually we do that, I wanted to quickly show you something I thought was really neat. You see this particular design? I thought, wow, how interesting that that same sort of color scheme is in my book. That we have the Paradise Planner for content creators like myself and probably like yourself, creating content in this 21st century. I believe we all do it to some degree, right? Especially in social media, showing up and sharing our lives and our stories with our families and with our loved ones and friends, and just inspiring others while you do that. And so I thought it was really neat that this particular paper in the recent collection with this particular brand that I'm so excited to help be a part of, close to my heart. And so now we're going to go directly to Cricut, and we want to take the time to pull up the Shadowbox design. Don't worry, I've linked to this particular Shadowbox design, so you're all ready to go. But I'm going to take the time to just quickly show you here what I have done to get it ready, because it comes with all of these letters and you want to put these letters together. And so this particular, you'll see this particular design, SVG file. It comes with all the individual letters, and you simply arrange your letters. Like I've done here, I've arranged it to spell Emmeline Joy. And then you want to weld it as you're seeing there. Feel free to pause and look up close after you've been able to group it together. You're welding it. Now you're going to place your welded word that has the weld result at the side there, and you're going to place it on this first layer. And you see that I've done that. After you've placed it on your first layer, as I've done, you are going to look for the option that is going to allow you to slice it. Okay, so you want to go to that, and you want to take the time. I'm doing a bit of centering here and realizing, okay, I want to have it just in a specific area where the flourishing is coming from the E and the O. I don't know, I make sense and meaning of everything. And so that's what made me decide to align it where I've aligned it. Now you're going to select slice. And once you've been able to select slice, you want to just take the time now to remove it. That layer in particular, when you remove it, now you see the words have been sliced in it. So now it's one full layer with the sliced word, in this case words, because this is the one with both her first and middle name. And I wanted to just have you see exactly how that comes together. So we're going to just take the time now that we have the sliced results. Let's delete those pieces. We don't need them. We only need the 5 layers. And we're going to go through those 5 simple steps to creating your shadow box after you've been able to gather your materials. And really, it's so simple once you get these elements down. And of course, you can fussy cut, but it's so much easier if you have a machine like we have here to do projects, fun projects like this. And of course, like the paper flowers and so many other shadow box designs I've shown on my blog and in other places. I will take the time to link to one of the other shadow box designs so you can see and enjoy that after this video, of course. So now you want to take the time to align it. You see I've aligned it, and I wanted to make sure that the sizing is just right. So you'll see here I am looking at the sizing and wanting to make sure that it matches to the shadow box. This is an 8x8 shadow box, so it's important that it can fit on the backing. And so that's why I selected a 6, I believe it was a 6.99, 6.98 for both the width and the height. So make sure to set that up. Then you want to go forward in selecting your material for the first step. So that is what we're doing here. And then we are going to select more. So once we've selected more, we are going to make sure that on the Cricut, we have taken the time to sharpen our blade, whatever blade you're using. I'm using the fine tip. This is the fine tip blade. So this is going to allow for intricate cutting and details like you see in this particular shadow box. And once you've done that, simply with a foil, you see I'm using one hand as I am taking the time here to just get this in place and also to record since there's so many moving parts. Did not bother to use my tripod, but I'm using my hand and just wanting to make sure you see all the components here as we're creating. I'm also using the mint tape. And so this mint tape, what I love about it is that it doesn't leave any residue when you're looking to remove it later on, even if the Cricut cuts into the tape and the design, depending on how close your design is to the edge. Of course, you can choose to put the design further away, but that's why I enjoy using this tape. It's very easy to stick and very easy to remove. Now we are going to watch and see as we create together. Once you've been able to load your mat in with your actual sheet, and this is the first sheet, then you want to take the time to just follow the instructions that you see on your screen and you're going to see as we continue on, and then allow it to do its work. Let it enjoy just the process and let it do the magic, I like to say, in the work, as you'll see the flashing buttons and it will tell you step by step. And that's one of the amazing things about having a Cricut tool like this for your crafty projects, for your scrapbooking, for your paper journaling, and all the ephemeras you want to make. You literally can do it all without having to go and find the pieces, just make the pieces. So let's enjoy this step and we'll continue through very simply each step together. Now let's get ready to make layer 2, and you'll see that this is going to be a different material. So you want to make sure, depending on what material you selected for each of these layers, that you select accordingly. So for my second layer, I am using foil. So I just simply typed in foil in the search area. And then now I'm going to make sure that it can cut properly. You'll see that I used an even more secure washi tape on this particular material to keep it down, because it does have a craft bottom area and we don't want it sliding and moving across our mat while we're cutting. And so This will just ensure it stays in place while it is cutting and doing the detailing that's necessary for this layer. So of course it has the E, and then it has some of the intricate flourishes and really lovely design there. So let's enjoy and continue to create together. Hello, Radiant Pearl. I hope you're enjoying this video, and I just want to give you a friendly reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any more delightful, wonderful videos coming to you on this channel. Thank you so much for your support, and let's get back to the show. Now let's make layer 3 together. So you'll see layer 3 is a basic cut. It's our background cut that is going to be the very last piece that you will find directly on your shadow box, and the first piece that we will take the time to glue, or in this case, we are going to add foam backing to allow the tape to have that 3D effect. So this is a very simple, fun step, having a really nice, fun background, maybe with the colors, the main colors that you would like. Of course, you'll see later which particular layer really does stand out the most. This background, I believe, is important because it really is the layer that is going to be the backing and the overall color scheme that you want to pull in from the other elements that you are going to be placing on your shadow box and of course on this design. So now we're going to go to our fourth cut. This is the fourth layer, and of course, once again, we are changing the actual material. Make sure you take the time to check that, select that accordingly, because that can really add to the time of creation. And to be transparent, one of the layers I had to cut 3 times before it was the desired effect and cut that I liked and that would exemplify excellence in the overall design that I had in mind for my baby girl, right? So you do want to just make note of that each time that you are selecting the right thing. And here you see it originally. This is the sheet that I was using, and I realized, oh, you know what? This particular sheet, the effect that I want, because this layer is going to be predominantly shown as it is the layer right above the very last background layer, and it has so much detailing from the florals to the flourishes. And so you want to choose the right color and you want to choose the right paper type. And so you'll see here that I at first was using more of a muted kind of card stock crafty kind of paper, but then I later decided to use a shimmery because I wanted more of that shimmery effect with our foiling, and I just love the detailing of these different variety of colors and sheen and glitter and shine. That's what makes it all come together and be absolutely radiant as you look upon it and as you enjoy the creation that you've spent the time to labor over with love, and now in a way bask in the beauty before you as you lay it up on your countertop or you lay it up on a desk in your home office. So many ways that you can put this shadow box to use. So we're going to continue to see this particular layer now from the design space view, and just enjoy the process, enjoy the journey with me. So you saw I decided to switch out my paper here and of course get to cutting the same fourth layer on this particular shimmer paper for that desired effect I mentioned earlier. And so we'll just quickly finish this portion up and move on to our final step. Yes, the final fifth step, which is going to be this layer, our last layer here on the Cricut, so that we can put all the pieces together in a moment together and see it in its glory. So let's go ahead and cut this fifth layer, and then we'll be able to bring it all together. this is where you're going to see I, in a way, had no choice but to select another paper for this particular layer because once we were able to get the second iteration of that same paper cut, it was cut in the wrong size because I needed to restart my design space. So as a result, we went with this particular Prima marketing paper. You'll see that this particular paper design is pretty similar to the background with the gold foiling effect. And so this is not going to show that much because it's mostly the very small flourishes that will shoot through. And so we're able to get this one, and it always works together for the good, right? So now we're going to go ahead and put all of our pieces together. And one thing that you want to make sure to do is from the very beginning, right? You want to make sure that you get your measurements. And so this will help you to really decide on how long, how wide, and how much you really want to cut for it to fit in your shadow box and for it to be able to fit in whatever design you're looking to create. And so that was a piece there. I wanted to just show you how you can quickly do that so that you can decide the sizing in the design space, and that will work also for the measurements if you're cutting by hand as well as if you're using a cutting machine. All right, so let's get our pieces out. You'll see here that I'm showing you both pieces. Of course, I'm using that shimmery, shiny effect one. So that's the one I'm pulling out. This is the background. As I mentioned, there will be the very first piece that we are going to attach to our base for the actual shadow box. And then grab your other pieces. If you need to get them ready, you may have certain areas that need to be cleaned up and cut. And so just take the time to arrange and get the layers just how you want it. And of course, utilizing this particular tape, foam tape, is going to give you that 3D raised effect. So we're going to take the time to make sure each layer is securely placed in position, and having that raised effect with this foam tape, which truly is a marvelous tool in securing and making sure our adhesive can be placed where we want it to, and firmly positioning each layer in the particular place that we desire. And so let's enjoy this particular putting together all the pieces, cutting, having your precision scissors, and making sure that you're able to place everything down exactly where you want it. You saw just how lovely that particular gold foil looked and appeared there. That layer just really is going to pull everything together. Really gorgeous color selections, I believe. Do you believe so? For some reason, am drawn to these colors because I realized that the colors did turn out to be a bit similar to the one I created before, even though I did not intentionally mean for it to be that way. But just thinking about the decor, the color scheme, and all the amazing different outfits, Mommy and Me, and all the delightfulness that we already have that we want to match with, that is what made me go back to those same girly colors. So now we're just going to continue to weed out some of the letters, and I did have to do this layer again because I wanted it to be a lot easier to come apart. You saw that once I pulled it up from the actual mat, the Cricut mat, it actually pulled up most of the different small pieces, and I just had to weed out a few more of the letters and of course just neaten things up with my Precision Fussy Cut scissors there. So all of this just really came together so beautifully and so much fun, honestly. I hope you enjoyed seeing and creating alongside myself, and just being able to create beauty and really shine and give joy to others is a true blessing. And I'm just excited that you were able to come along on the journey, right? In creating with me as a Radiant Pearl and Fearless creator. So as we get this last layer on, as we have gone through this full process, enjoy what more is to come. We have some fun sneak peeks as we continue on in this video and seeing how it all came together, along with some final shots and angles. And I can't wait to see what you create, how you go about creating this, so that you can have a memento, something that you can enjoy maybe for yourself or to give to someone special as a gift, maybe for an upcoming baby shower, birthday. And do know the very first gift that I gave for my shadow box was actually for another dear friend's baby shower, and she told me what the color scheme was going to be, and it was actually for a son. So really this can be for both guy and girl, just depending on the colors you choose to go with and the design that you choose to use in the shadow box, so that you can add that just extra oomph and something special to your space, to really customize it and let it be joyful to look at and to be in. Look at that view. Look at the layering. Isn't that yummy? Oh my word. So enjoy doing and creating with you. Let's put it all together now and see the finished product in all of its glory. So as you saw there, just wanted to add something extra special, just adding some elements of gold foiling directly on the design. And you can choose to add just a little extra something to the already cut design if you so choose. As you see, we have two different kinds, one where it's plain and lovely, another where it's extra fabulous and radiant. And then I had to decide whether I was going to add that last embellishment sticker on the actual design itself or on the frame. And so that's where the fun begins, right? In selecting exactly where you want things. And if you don't like it, you can always remove it. But I decided I would just go ahead and have it directly on the frame, the shadow box itself, and then put all the pieces together so that we can enjoy just how we desire it to be and place it where it's going to really make a statement. It already makes a statement, I believe, by itself, but really positioning it in a space where you can see and be reminded of why you have chosen this particular sentiment or word and design for your space really is the icing on the top. So enjoy the process, but more importantly, share the incredible work that you've created fearlessly, because you're being more than just a consumer of beautiful things. You're creating beautiful things, and you were made to create. So please do spend the time after you've created, and if this video inspired you to create, let us know and let us see what it is that you were able to take the time to create yourself as a fearless creator, so that I can cheer you on, we can cheer you on, and we can spread pure joy. Yes, be joyful in what you were made to create in this season and on this glorious day. None of it is by coincidence. If you are coming upon this channel for the first time, it is certainly not a coincidence that you're here. And I just want to invite you to connect. And of course, you'll see in the description of the video, not just the actual materials you used, but a way that you can continue to go further in creating fearlessly, resources like this and beyond, because there's no limit to the things that you can create. And you'll see and be inspired, just like hopefully you're seeing here. You're being inspired to think a little bit deeper, think outside the box, even though what you're creating, you're putting in the box, the shadow box, and taking the time to be a part of community with other creators, fearless creators, and radiant pearls who realize and make it their mission to create fearlessly and, of course, plan for a radiant life they love through the resources they utilize and through how they take the time to share what they create, because what you create is not meant just for you. It is meant for everyone around you to be inspired and to really fulfill their God-given divine design in being that creator made in the master's creator image. So thank you for watching with me. Thank you for being a part and just getting everything in position. Let's position ourselves together and let us continue to just go further and create more beauty. Leave your mark on this world with the beauty that you design, you share, and you take the time to spread. As you spread your care and your love with hand-created crafts and with the mementos and all the memory keeping things that we have put together, from our planners to our journals, and having a heirloom that will be passed on for generations to come because it's one of a kind. It's unique because you've put your special print, your special design, and your special mark in the creation of it all. Until next time, continue to stay absolutely radiant from myself and little Miss Lady
What you doing?
Emmeline Joy.
What you doing?
We love
What
you.
you
We
doing?
appreciate you for being here, for subscribing, and for connecting. We just want to continue to see you soar, thrive, and become all that you were meant to be as a radiant pearl and fearless creator.